I don't speak until the music starts. How you guys feeling? Gonna have an amazing day today? All right. As I go through life, I meet people and we interact. Inevitably, they tend to ask, how did you get into that? Why? Because I got the kind of job that raises questions instead of making conversations pause and change directions. So what's my job? It's simple. I'm a rapper. I recite lyrics on a beat and collect a check after. I'm kind of a jobbing rapper because I haven't gone platinum, but don't call me a closet rapper because my only job is rapping. I haven't had a day job since 2003. And how do I feel about that? About as proud as can be. And when people constantly ask me, but how did you get into that? I've got some standard answers that I can give them back. Like, I just really appreciated the lyricism as a craftsman, storytelling and wordplay. I guess I just had a passion. Plus, I was midway through an English literature degree, and rap sounded like the pinnacle of modern literature to me. So I rewrote the works of my favorite author, Geoffrey Chaucer, into a hip-hop style, and the response was frickin' awesome. And then I wrote some songs about Darwin and Richard Dawkins, science communication mashed up with hip-hop. And now I mostly put out these science rap projects, and I get the scientific content fact-checked. So this is not just about a beat and a lyrical groove. This is the first rap music that's literally peer-reviewed. But this process made me a more inquisitive rapper. So if you ask me again, you might get a different answer. I mean, did I have a passion for rap because I just happen to love it because we all have to catch a buzz and for me rapping just does it? Or did I have a passion like a peacock has a passion for flashing his tail at a female to try to get her attention? Now, I recently made the leap to monogamy, but before I made it, rap and female attention were not uncorrelated. And now that I'm rapping as a dad and a husband, and I still have a passion to get a crowd clapping and buzzing, is that a passion like an osprey has a passion for catching fish and dropping scraps into a nest full of grasping chicks? Evolution, it's an algorithm, you can master it. It says a lot about what makes animals passionate, linking up behaviors with genes and their functions. Heritable variation, unequal reproduction. So with that in mind, maybe I had a passion that was triggered by rapping because my ancestors were into similar actions. I mean, a passion, it just has to trigger some kind of action. It does not have to be understood by the animal that has it. Any gene that makes something nourishing taste tastier will outcompete a gene that makes something nourishing taste weird. Even if evolution moves at the speed of a glacier, that's how we got here, from protozoa to Shakespeare. So how did I get into this? That's what you want to know? How did I get into it, given the odds were low? I mean, come on, the odds for every rapper are bad, but what are the chances I make it happen rapping, given the circumstances? The answer, down to the decimal, is infinitesimal. But teenage boys take risks like they're invincible. And why is that? You can seek the truth in evolution. Women are twice as likely as men to end up reproducing. Men are twice as likely to end up in genetic dustbins. So you better get up, get out, and get something. You put it all on the line, guys. Write rhymes, even if that contributes to rap's leaky pipelines. See, women could be just as talented and lack representation because of average differences in taste for public humiliation. So did I rock microphones because of thoughts in my dome or because of testosterone? I honestly don't know. I started rapping back in 1998 when I was 19, exactly half the age I am today. And that was back before Eminem even came out. I thought I would be the first decent Caucasian to break out. But it's hip-hop. I respect the competition. That's why I see this art form as essentially Darwinian, an African-American urban cultural invention massively expanding and undergoing natural selection. Natural selection is driven by limiting factors. We have limited time, resources, limited attention. And that's one of Charles Darwin's central insights. You got too many MCs and not enough mics. See, some rappers blow up and become bigger than Jesus and impregnate the world with memes when they come through your speakers, and others die out. Vanilla Ice, pariah status. Vanilla Iceberg, crashing the Titanic. Hip-hop Darwin Awards, momentum totally stalled. Keep it real to yourself, Vanilla and Rachel Dolezal. Socially constructing identity and race. But socially construct is not the same as fabricate. Not to social animals. We tend to keep track of things, right? Like the taboos can be damaging. If I drop one N-word, rappers would straight banish me, and that's okay. It's how the culture evolves non-randomly. right? It's artificially selected by the participant minds. They're cultivating all of the symbols and signs, and all cultures have norms. And the most deviant parts of it, they tend to get uprooted, kind of like weeding the garden. So how did I get into it? A Caucasian Canadian. I learned the rules of the game and made a statistical calculation that I could find a niche and become a better MC than the expectations of everyone who would bet against me. And that kind of calculation is made in the Bayesian brain, named for the patron saint of gambling, Reverend Bayes. He came up with an equation for predictions that update and improve with each new piece of evidence gained, Bayes' theorem. Its beauty is Shakespearean. Not bad for an 18th century Presbyterian. It teaches us to use our beliefs like competing predictions that update when we get new evidence, right? So, what's the evidence that we're gonna have to step into and test it? This is like the entire basis of science. These concepts, you need to always remember your priors, discount outliers. If you know that the president is kind of a degenerate liar, then it's best to discount him whenever he's testifying. We gotta be skeptics, right? We gotta be skeptics whenever he's testifying. We gotta be skeptics. We gotta make sure and protect against bias by thinking like Bayesians. But wait, bias itself is also a calculation, one that we make unconsciously, an unconscious prediction of what a person is like. And that's the mathematics of a stereotype. And that's why when I'm rapping, I tend to be having fun, because I blow people away, right? All their expectations, they get stunned. I'm just updating all their Bayesian calculations and converting all the skeptics of rapping Canadian Caucasians, and that's as far as I go when it comes to reparations. But I maybe can get you to check your expectations, check your privilege, check your prejudice. Those are identities' mistresses, and they're also kind of based on a form of Bayesian inference, like a prediction made in the brain of someone reading a resume that Brandon is probably better for the job than Kwame, or a prediction in the mind of a cop, probably subliminal, that dark-skinned people tend to be more criminal. Black lives matter. That may seem obvious, may not be obvious to your racist unconscious, the part of you that evolved to make calculations. That's what it evolved to do, and put traits on people based on the groups that they happen to belong to. And white rappers, they don't necessarily matter. I have to prove that I matter every time that I'm rapping, right? I have to prove that I matter every time that I'm rapping by trying to get audiences clapping and stimulating my listeners' synapses. So how did I get into this? Let's say it's complicated. Maybe I just wanted a way to share my observations, to change the way you think about rap songs in a playlist and make you question yourself and even your own motivations. We're not the slaves of our genes, we're the makers of memes. And memes can be designed to make people want to chase all their dreams. Memes can be designed to evolve the world towards greater compassion, towards communication, connection, and the taking of action. And we can learn to mistrust our intuitive hunches about how people's identities just tend to limit their functions and maybe even diminish their value. And if y'all can connect with that, then you have your answer. That's why I got into rap. Thank you.